everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another Baking for Beginners video. Today's video is going to be Easter themed. I am going to be making Cadbury Mini Egg Cookies. Easter is early this year, it is in the month of March, so I thought this would be a fun recipe to try out, and Cadbury Mini Eggs are one of my favorite candies, and usually they only come out this time of the year, but my husband did find some at Christmas time, which was the first time I had seen them. Of course they were Christmas colored, but I was very excited to see that, but I usually enjoy having them around this time of the year and thought it would be a lot of fun to make some cookies with them. So if you want to learn how to make these cookies, keep watching and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future baking videos from me. But let's get started. The things you will need for this recipe will be 2 1/4 cups flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter softened, 3/4 cup sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and 1 1/2 cups of Cadbury Mini Eggs. In addition to those ingredients, you will need a large mixing bowl that is separate from your mixer and a cookie sheet. The first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Now we are going to add all of our dry ingredients into our separate mixing bowl, and that would be the flour, salt, and baking soda. Now that we've mixed that together, we're going to combine our wet ingredients into our mixer. So that's going to be the regular sugar, brown sugar, vanilla, and butter. Just a word of caution to those of you fellow beginners out there, or maybe if any children are watching this video. When you are using an electric mixer, you do want to make sure to unplug it anytime that you're reaching into the bowl or putting your hands near the actual mixing mechanism. I didn't show this on camera, but I do want to let you know that that is something that I do for safety and that I would caution you to do as well, because you wouldn't want to ever have your hand in there with the machine plugged in and have it turn on or something, because that wouldn't be good. So that's just a word of caution to you. Now that those are combined, we're going to take our 2 eggs and add them one at a time. Now that we've added our 2 eggs, we're going to combine our salt, flour, and baking soda into our other ingredients in the mixer and beat them until the dough is soft. Our next step is going to be to chop our mini eggs in half. I'm assuming because that makes them easier to eat in the cookie instead of biting into an entire mini egg. And then we're going to, once we've chopped them, put them into our cookie dough. Okay, so I've had a couple of mishaps with this recipe. First off, I dropped all the Cadbury mini eggs on the floor and they shattered everywhere. So fortunately I had a second bag, which was a good thing because at least I had enough. But that was fun. And it is very difficult to cut a Cadbury mini egg in half, you might see in the video. I tried a couple of different knives and it was not making a clean cut because of the candy shell. So I gave up on that because I would have been here all day just trying to cut the Cadbury mini eggs in half. So we're gonna take a risk and go with the full Cadbury mini eggs and hope that these still turn out okay. But I have blended them into the cookie dough and I'm now going to spoon them onto my cookie sheet, about a tablespoon each. And before I do that, I did want to share with you that if you do a fair amount of baking, especially with cookie sheets and things like that, my brother and his girlfriend got these for me for Christmas. They're by Artisan Metalworks. I don't know exactly where they bought them, but I will try to find out from them and leave a link down below. But they can be used for baking, cooking, whatever. Basically, you just put it on your cookie sheet and then you don't have to grease it or anything like that if it calls for greasing. You can also use them for cooking if you could use it in a glass pan for something like chicken or something like that, but I think they're mainly meant for baking. So great for cookies. I used them to test out for a cut and bake cookie a while back, and the cookies baked much better than when they're just on the pan alone. It makes cleanup easy, so I'm going to be using them today. So thank you to Nolan and Sheila for this wonderful gift. I'm sure I'll get a lot of use out of it. So now all that's left to do is bake those for 9 to 10 minutes. Well, the first batch of cookies is done. Unfortunately, the edges got a little bit burned, which hopefully you can see here. So either I made them too small or I cooked them too long for the edges to get burned. So I'll hope that the next batch comes out better. It's gonna make quite a few cookies, so I will hopefully do better with the next batch. Let's see how they turned out. The center is not too crispy, even though the outside did get a little bit burnt, and it softened the Cadbury egg enough that it's easier to bite into. So while it's different than what I was expecting, it's still yummy. I hope that you enjoyed this Baking for Beginners video. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up so I know you want to continue to see more baking videos in the future. If you have suggestions of recipes that you would like to see me make, then please leave that in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Have a happy Easter, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I kind of flipped through, done a number of spreads throughout the last few months. So I have kind of got